Alright, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Xkapar, and today I'm going to be talking about the new patch coming out for NBA 2K17. Now, a lot of people have not been happy with this patch. I'm going to show you guys the patch notes and everything, really explain this to you guys, and I have done some tests with the new shooting patch in a freestyle on NBA 2K17 with a player with a 91 3-point rating. I'm going to show you guys all of this. It's going to be a bit of a lengthy video. A lot of information is going to be thrown at you guys, so hopefully everybody can stick with it. It's going to be fun. Alright, now first thing you're going to see pulled up on the screen here is a screenshot of 2K17 saying patch number 12 is focused all around your feedback on gameplay, and then we're going to look at the patch notes right here. I'll read them out to you guys. Now, there's improvements to double team logic for more appropriate rotations and to prevent help defenders from leaving their assignments. Enhance several dribble size of combos to make them more responsive when chaining moves together. Improve logic for off-ball collision to prevent excessive bumping, resulting in a smoother offensive flow. Remove select dribbler collisions reactions that would slow down the ball handler when contact was made from behind. Offensive AI enhancements for better decision making when countering double teams. Fix an issue that will allow you to travel if rapidly chaining together certain rhythm dribble animations. And the last one that's not shown in this screenshot is about 10-day contracts in my league and my GM. It's really not, that important, so it's not on the screenshot. I'm sorry about that. But here you'll see a screenshot that was at about 10 a.m. Once everybody started, realizing this patch was out. Somebody hit you famous enough up. I'm going to say thanks for the screenshot now. His link will be in the description down below. Somebody asked if he can still consistently shoot with a 63-pointer, and he said no. On his LDD, he's missing a lot of shots, which actually really shouldn't be having glass cleaners, athletic finishers, and LDDs shooting from the corner with a 63-pointer banging every single shot. The guys with a 91 and a 94, threes really should be the ones that are shooting at a consistent rate from three. And trust me, after you guys see the results from my testing, I don't think many people besides sharpshooters are really going to be consistently hitting threes. Now guys, a lot of people have been talking about the rhythm dribbles and how that has really been changed. You'll see in this clip with Damian Lillard what the normal size up looks like, and then when I try to spam it and press the up on the right stick twice to get a second rhythm dribble to try to switch it to the other leg, or stuff like that, you'll see I get a quick in and out, not really quick, but an in and out dribble that makes me go to the side, and I'll try to spam it a few times and it really doesn't work. So this is what a lot of playmakers have really been not really complaining about, but they're not a big fan of. You can still speed boost, as you can see. I do speed boost a little bit out of it. I take a mid-range shot, but it really hasn't completely patched playmakers. Whereas if you were playing last night, you could definitely tell playmakers were still doing everything that they normally did. They just couldn't spam the rhythm dribbles. But now with this patch of shooting, you really have to know your shot and really have timing. You will be hitting greens. I promise you guys that. I have a few clips of actual park where I greened like 3 or 4 in a row. But 3-point rating, when that takes over, then it's really a lot of white bars. I played earlier with my playmaker, which has a 73, I think, 3-point shot, and I was popping them up, and I was not getting greens on threes. I have not gotten a single green from 3-point range with my playmaker since. I have not tried anything on my sharp, but what I did do is the test with Damian Lillard. I changed all of his 3-point ratings, off dribble, open, contested, all of that to a 91 and started taking shots. Now, if you guys are wondering where mid-range ends and 3-point rating takes over, NBA 2K Lab actually did a test on this, and I'll put up the screenshot from them. Their link will also be in the description. Thank you for this tweet. It's actually really been helpful for these tests. You'll see right here, right behind the horn on that Bulls logo, is where the 3-point rating takes over, and that's really where I see a lot of playmakers still taking shots and still missing, because not a lot of people are aware of this fact. So please make sure, if you are taking a mid-range shot and you want your mid-range to take over, please be in front of that spot, because it'll really start to help you get greens. And if you don't have a high 3-point rating, which probably not a lot of people are gonna have anymore, they're gonna make new builds and stuff like that with no 3-point, you're going to be missing a lot of shots. So guys, let's get into the analytics of my test. So what you'll see in the background is just some gameplay, and this is all after patch 12, promise you guys, after the shooting patch and everything. So what I did is I put Hall of Fame limitless range and all the Hall of Fame sharpshooter badges on Damian Lillard, as well as changed his ratings to 91, as you will see in this clip. Then I came into the live practice and I just started shooting up a ton of shots with Damian Lillard. I was taking 20 from each spot, catch and shoot originally, and it took a long while, and then we started moving to off dribble shots and stuff like that for mid-range, and I'll tell you everything that I got. So for catch and shoot, 3-point range from the left corner, 14 out of 20 with 7 greens, left wing 12 out of 20, middle 11 out of 20, right wing 11 out of 20, right corner 14 out of 20, 12 greens. All the other ones where I didn't name greens, there were no green lights in those areas. It was an average of 12.4 makes at each spot out of 20 shots, which is about 62%. Now from those spots, it was an average of 4.13 out of 20 for green lights. But remember, those were only in the corners. Out of the 15 greens I got, all 15 were in the 2 corners. Please keep that in mind. Now hotspots did not affect anything but the corner for green lights. In the right corner, I had 5 more greens than in the left corner, which had no hotspot. Now what this means is 24% of my makes were from green lights, but remember that's in the corner. I didn't exactly do that calculation. Now mid-range, left corner 15 out of 20 with 10 greens, left wing 16 out of 20 with 13 greens, middle 15 out of 20 with 13 greens, right wing 16 out of 20 with 10 greens, right corner 8 out of 20 with 13 greens. That right corner, as you can see, was a cold zone. And Damian Lillard still hit 18 out of 20 and had 13 green lights. Meaning mid-range really is where people's game's going to be. I played a lot of games in park, and you'll see from the background gameplay that everybody's really playing an inside the 3-point game. There's a lot of slashers and everybody is shooting inside. And it's good, but with the 2K nerfing the bumps, it is a little bit harder to play defense, and you really got to adjust and get used to this. You guys really got to grind and play this. Now for those mid-range, it was an average of 16 makes, so about 80%, and an average of 11.8 greens. 59% of the shots were greens, which means 74% of our makes were from green lights. Now to off dribble shots. This one kind of surprised me, because you guys know off dribble have always been a little inconsistent. But off dribble shot 3, left corner 9 out of 20, 0 greens. Left wing 11 out of 20, middle 10 out of 20, right 9 out of 20, right 11 out of 20. No green lights at all. At all, guys. It was about an average of 10 makes, which is 15%, and obviously an average of 0 greens, 0% makes from greens. There was no greens, period, on off dribble shot 3s. I do not suggest taking these shots at all. Now, off dribble mid-range is just as good, maybe even better than just a catch and shoot mid-range, because I was taking a lot of these at the 3-point rating stuff and at the mid-range rating. And for off dribble shot mid-range, the left corner 19 out of 20 with 16 greens, left mid-range wing was 20 out of 20 with 16 greens, middle key 14 out of 20, 5 greens as well as a hotspot. Left mid-range was 15 out of 20 with 7 greens, and left corner was 17 out of 20 with 10 greens in a cold zone. That's 85 makes out of 100, 85% from off dribble, an average of 17 makes, 54 total greens, 54% of my shots were greens, and 64% of my total 85 makes were from green lights. So there was a lot of information to process, guys, but what I can tell you is off dribble shots are not going to go in very often anymore. If you do not have your feet set, odds are it's not going to be a green and it's not going to go in. You guys really are going to have to take patience, have good shot selection, and know when your feet are set and when it's good to shoot your shot. Not very often do people, take the time to do it before patch, but now after patch, you really have to focus in. You really have to look at where you are, know your build, know your shot, know your player inside and out. And mid-range is really going to be the game, guys. Kind of like 2K16 last year, a lot of people were taking a lot of mid-range, not many threes, and that's kind of what we're seeing this time. Lockdown defenders are easily going to be the best at defense. They're going to get more of those bump animations, and I played with a shark which had a 52 strength, and I had a playmaker which only had a 27 strength. On my playmaker, I had maybe 5 bumps in a total of 4 games. I was not getting the bump animations. With my sharp, played about 5 games, but the amount of bumps that I got in the playmakers and point forwards was astronomically bigger. So please upgrade your strength. It's really going to get you a lot better on defense after this patch. This patch is really going to separate the good from the greats. There's going to be a huge skill gap now. Everybody before was pretty good. You didn't really have to try too much to be a really good player, but now you really have to focus in, focus up, and know what you're doing. So all the screenshots will still be in here. If you guys need any further information, you guys want any further tests, you guys can always ask NBA2K Lab. They always do insane job. If you guys have more questions for me, you can leave them down in the comments below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. That'll be in the description below. It's been a.k.a, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please drop a like down below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.